Hello everyone, it's Michael Sherman here from Baduk Scholars. I know I haven't been producing a lot of content lately. There's been a few reasons. One, I joined the Untitled League, and it is literally changing everything I know about Go. Literally, I have transformed my Go into a new modern era. Before, a lot of my Go was before 2016. I've been playing Go probably since 2004 till 2016, and then I stopped for like a couple of years, and now I'm back. But a lot of my lessons were from the previous, before the AI, and now I've been studying professional games. I have like 5 memorized at the moment I'm recording this. I've been training in the Untitled League, which everyone, they pay a lot of money to be in it, so I think they put a lot more effort in their Go, like learning. And Yungansei teaches the most like trendiest stuff, so it's so up to date. Literally, a lot of my old moves in the first like game that I even played in the league um, were heavily commented on. Like, and he gave me a bunch of videos and lectures to watch that really changed my Go. So over the month, I have been expanding and getting better and better and better. In the Osaka League, I'm still playing in the International Osaka Go School, which today's review is going to be with my teacher, Francis Meyer. Um, but the game that I played in, so I won in the past month, I've won like my 5 games and defeated a bunch of 1-dans and 2 and 3 Qs. So they ranked me up to 1Q. So I finally ranked up to 1Q in that league, which is really awesome. So in this game that I'm showing here in the background, which will be in this review from Francis Meyer, I was playing as white. I had to give my opponent 2 stones of handicap, and he's a Japanese 3Q, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I was able to win, which I was very happy about. And in the previous game, I faced a 1-dan um, in an even game and was able to actually win as well. So my Go has been leveling up. So this update video, or this little talk here, is just to say that I'm still playing Go very, very heavily. I'm in 3 different leagues. I play almost every day. I study maybe 1 to 4 hours a day. And what I've been mainly doing is memorizing more recent professional games. And it's been upgrading my Fuseki a lot. So, without further ado, I'll show you the review. To give you like a quick summary of the game, there was 2 major lessons that I got from this review. And one was evaluating your stones, figuring out what's good to save and what's good to kill. He had a problem with it, and I had a problem with this. So there was multiple times where our teacher was like, "Oh, these stones are worthless now, so you shouldn't be playing here," you know. And then also to train your reading. So I haven't been doing problems, and I should be, but right now I'm more fascinated with memorizing pro games. But I should be training my sumego, my life and death problems, and my tetsuji for fighting techniques. And I haven't been. So if you train your reading, you won't make as many slow moves, which are essentially a free pass. I think my opponent made 2 major slow moves that he didn't need to make in life and death situations that caused him to like give me a free pass. And so I was able to take the win, which was really nice. As my debut as a 1Q, it was super nice to win this game, and then actually it was the next game that I played. I faced a 1-dan and won with that one too. So I don't think it'll be too long till I reach 1-dan in the Osaka League, and then that will definitely trickle down to KGS and now OGS. OGS, they had a big jump. I used to be 5Q most of the time on OGS, but now I am 2Q. So it's really nice that it's linked up to, if you ever look up my page, oh, this is my Japanese one actually. Well, if you look up my other page, you'll see that I'm a 2Q on KGS, 2Q in AGA, and 2Q now on OGS. So anyway, this has been way too long. So I just, I don't know. It's good to see you guys. I'm going to work on an intermediate class over the weekend. Oh, and I was suffering from COVID actually for the past 10 days, really. I've been really sick, but I'm feeling a bit better now. My throat is getting dry just from talking, but I'm going to try and create an intermediate class. Oh, and all my students, I have two students who was doing lots of reviews for. Um, both became 13Q, which is amazing because they started one started in September and the other started in, I want to say, the late November, and now they're both 13Q, like getting really close to 10Q. So it's just exciting stuff. I like sharing with you guys. If I hope you guys enjoy the review. It was very helpful for me. Um, and I always appreciate my teacher, and I appreciate the International Osaka Go School for allowing me to show these videos. So thank you. See ya.
Hello, this is Mio and Michael's game from the 21st round. Congratulations, Michael, for becoming 1Q. So becoming a Dom player should be one goal. So since you're right there, I hope we can help you to get there. Okay, so anyway, let's get started. Mio is black, Michael is white. It's a two-stone handicap match. Okay. So yeah, this hane seems a bit early. There are a lot of possibilities here locally, like you could invade from this side. It could also directly start a fight here. So the hane kind of feels like you're limiting your options here. But if your plan was to attach here, then it kind of makes sense. I can see that you're kind of trying to make this area over-concentrated for black, so... I can say it's probably a pretty good combination, I guess. Okay. Oh, attach everywhere. That's kind of the basics of playing sabaki, trying to make your opponent over-concentrated. Okay, the way black's answering, I think, is fine. Escaping that is an overplay, I think. Okay, so in the game, black answered here, so it turned out fine, but black actually could have played from above like this, which would have been tough for white to save the two stones. White can just simply push from the outside like this. And yeah, I don't see a way for white to save these stones, so... Well, I think white should just leave this alone and play somewhere else. Okay. So, probably saving the two stones isn't a good idea. Since black is really strong around, I feel like it's not really worth saving the two stones, even if you're able to save. Yeah, again, so I think white should just leave this alone. Locally, I think it's probably better to just sacrifice like this. This seems like a decent variation, but if you kind of want to leave some options for later, you can also just play somewhere else. Maybe you can save the two stones later, but yeah, even later it's probably not a good idea. I would just sacrifice the two stones. yeah, that move is also pretty painful. Wow, white, I think, could have simply extended. Even if black plays here, this cut doesn't work right now because it's a ladder, so... Mm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, so black is playing well so far. This move feels a little too defensive, actually. I think black should jump out towards the center more. Okay, so having a stone here, for example, later when black plays another move here, not sure if the push or the knight's move is better, but it's certainly going to help attacking this group over here. This is going to be pretty tough for white. And if white answers, then black can keep expanding the moyo on the bottom. This is one example, something like this. And you can see this is a much bigger scale for black. Seems pretty nice. So yeah, this move is kind of limiting your own moyo. Black should extend here. In most cases, black should extend. And white is probably going to answer somehow, and then you can extend here. Because, yeah, so this hane, this shape is too good for white. This stone is kind of rotten, and white shape is really good. So there are very few cases in which it's acceptable to play tenuki. Probably about 90% black should extend here. So nice hane. So that's a really good tenuki. Might look scary, but this is a situation where black should at least escape once. The two stones are probably going to end up being captured, but it's going to take time for white to capture the two stones. So even just this exchange, black is able to spare two liberties. So in the meantime, black can play get some forcing moves like the Atari, and maybe hopefully if white plays tenuki here, black can still squeeze from the outside like this. This would locally be a decent shape for black. So, well, of course white would probably jump out like this to prevent the squeeze, but this would be probably much better than the game. Getting this Atari, even just this Atari, it's very different. It's a huge difference. Okay, so this connection is probably a common mistakes that many cube players make. And the correct way to play is, of course, tenuki. This stone here is actually worthless. It's not a valuable stone that black should save because white is already so strong. There's almost no profit in saving this one stone. So I'm not sure. Tekitoni. Anywhere is fine, but black should play away. And yeah, even if white plays the cut, black can just tenuki again. Black can just keep playing somewhere else. And you can see that, yeah, white is spending so many moves in an area that white is already strong. This is actually a slow way to play for white. So. Oh, well, this push looks like a very nice point. That's locally pretty severe. So you quit there. Well, starting a fight here looks like a pretty good idea to me here. So the hane. So yeah, if white plays the cut, tries to fight here, this is going to be tough for white. If white tries to save the 2, 4, 6, 8 stones over here, black can get the Atari here, and white will lose a lot of potential on the right side, and black can still attack this group. So I feel like white is probably going to have to sacrifice the 8 stones, something like this. It still looks tough for white to save the 8 stones. And the right side is still pretty bad aji. So this hane seemed like a pretty good idea for black. The left side is a big point too, so hard to say. In this case, the one space jump is slightly slow. You can go one more. That's because the corner is so strong. White has no weaknesses, and this move is putting more pressure on the 2 space extension. The one space jump is locally a normal move, but that's when your shape is weaker. So in this case, you should go further. Okay. Oh. Let's say that's okay. This Atari is definitely slow because this stone here, so kind of the same thing I explained in this area, this connection. This stone is a worthless stone. It's not a stone that's worth saving for black. White is not going to be happy capturing this one stone since white is so strong already. So the best move is to play here, I think. So this is pretty important, but this stone is a worthless stone, but this stone here is an important stone. So I want you to kind of understand the difference. Okay, let's see. Yeah, even if black connects here, it does no damage to white, and it's not going to help black's group to get stronger. This stone, however, if black is able to connect here, it's going to help black to make 2 eyes on the left side, and it's also going to help cutting off the 2 stones. So it's making black's group stronger. It's also making the 2 stones weaker. So this one stone is very important, but this one is worthless. So it's important for white to play here and keep this one stone separated. Okay, connecting, also a mistake. Black should connect here. So pushing out from that side is probably not a good idea. Okay, so by cutting here, your white is probably going to be able to capture this one stone, but this is almost as worthless as this stone. So basically you're moving from your strong side, kind of making points from your strong group. Yeah, so still white should play here. And even worse, in this case, if that Atari is sente, Okay, so black played here, but this move was actually possible. Can cut, and the 3 stones are actually captured. So yeah, that would have been even worse for white. If I were black, I would just hane and just simply live on the left side. This descent is a really good point. Turnip. It is kind of a hard choice, but I think this would have been better in this case. First of all, by playing here, of course, it's preventing black from making 2 eyes. You get to play the cut later, so it's pretty big in terms of points. And for black pushing here, yeah, white can just extend. These exchanges probably isn't that bad for white because it's going to damage this area. Okay, nice. Well, again, for black, I probably wouldn't bother escaping. In this situation, there's not much profit in this area right now. Okay. The hane. Black plays the hane. Black is completely alive. The hane itself isn't a really small move, so. Those exchanges were not good for black. Okay, black should stop here, or even maybe play the cut. Well, the game is bad for black because it's only making white stronger and stronger on the outside. Again, it's going to hurt this side later. So black should either just stop here and play the hane, or also you could play the cut too. White would have to play here to save the 3 stones. Black can play the Atari. This exchange might be a good exchange for black. The 2 Kikashi moves, the forcing moves black got in this area, might help the upper side later. And also, there is this cutting point for later. Not sure if black should play this right away, but okay. Okay. You might have connected here kind of automatically, but at this stage of the game, this move is still small. Again, since white is already alive, this is just about points. And a move bigger than here, I think, not simply like invading the 3-3 here is easily much bigger than the cut. Let's say probably the 3-3 invasion is like roughly 30 points maybe. And this cut is like probably 10 to 15 points. Or you could also invade this area, since black made this exchange and made white stronger here. That move is a pass move. That was unnecessary. Black is already alive here. So you kind of need to do tsumego to avoid this kind of move. That's really a waste. Oh, okay, nice. Okay. So I guess black is connected. Bad aji, but okay, well, invading the corner, I guess makes sense. Probably moving this stone directly doesn't work for now, so everybody blocks from this side, but you really should block from this side. And when white plays the hane, then you decide which way you block. Then you can block from this side. This shape is much better than simply giving this shape. But you have to be careful. Blocking from this side is because you have a stone here, and when white plays here, black can simply block here and stop white from kind of proceeding towards the towards the upper side. But yeah, it seems like many of you simply block from this side, so you should at least block once, and then kind of decide whether you want to separate white or let white connect. So this is kind of the basic shape. Oh, nice. So that point I was very curious. Still seems like a pretty good point. So that move, I think you missed the chance. This, I think, was a fight black should have started. Oops. And then connect. White answers here. Of course, black can just simply play here. The 8 stones are dead. If white escapes like this, black can get the Atari. And that's already reducing the right side. And black can still attack white's group over here. So that move was a bit too passive. Okay. Okay. The hane is a big move, but the correct move is probably to add a move here. Still very bad aji. Was that move necessary? I don't really see a good move for white from here. Yeah, I think black can tenuki here. Since black played a move in the center, this Atari is even more critical, I think. Black might actually be able to even kill the group. Now this is in a pretty good position, so probably kind of the same type of mistake you made right here. You're kind of adding unnecessary moves, so to avoid that, you just have to train your reading, I guess. This also, locally, black should block. This cut doesn't work because this stone gets an Atari. Okay, so that was good that white got a move here. Okay, so it would be nice if white can save the 4 stones, but it does look pretty dangerous. Mm, 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 mm. This looks like a pretty good attack. Black actually, I mean white actually has to worry about these two. Mm. Mm. I'm not sure what that cut is. This could become a really bad move. You might want to play the Atari from this side. Mm. 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 Okay. So let's see. So this was certainly unnecessary. Let's see. If black plays here directly. In the game, white connected here, but I think white should block. And the cut doesn't work right now. White can play the Atari from this side. So yeah, even after this move, I think the connection was locally a mistake. White should block. Okay, so this locally doesn't work for black. What I'm curious is what if black saves this stone? So there are 2 cutting points for white. White would have to play the defend the 2 cutting points at the same time. So I guess white has to play here. If black connects, white can play here, and this is a ko. So that's a ko. But what if black pushes from this side first and connect? And after this exchange, when black plays here, this move is no longer sente for white because black can actually play the cut to prevent this cut, which is sente. White has to play here, and then black already can defend this cut, so black can just simply cut off white. White cannot play here. If white blocks here, yeah, this is basically the same thing, I guess. So this Atari is locally sente. If white defends here, black can take. If white answers, then this cut becomes sente. And black can capture these. So if white defends, then black can play this one, which would be bad for white because white cannot defend the 2 cutting points at the same time. So yeah, that's probably my conclusion. Play this move and then save this 1 stone. Then I think black would have been able to capture all of these. Okay, so this move was a very nice decision. So Well, capturing the two stones were big, but this cut is probably even bigger. Well, it is a big move. It is a big move, but this move looks even bigger. Yeah, black can actually still kind of might be able to force white playing some moves in this area. So this descent looks like a huge move. This probably would have been better for black. That one's better to take. Mama, it's a small problem. Okay, and white won by 15.5 points. Go. So 15.5 points. This move was probably better, but yeah, even still, I think white is ahead. So, so the last big point was the fight in the center. I think black would have been able to capture all of these. I think black was ahead. So, okay, let's start from the beginning. So I thought the hane was too early. But I do understand your plan to try to make black over concentrated, so that plan makes sense. Saving that stone was an overplay. Black would have been able to play from above like that. Saving the two stones were probably too heavy. This move, I think, was too defensive. It could have expanded your moyo more. Also, it puts pressure on these more to play the one space jump. So kind of like this kind of would be my plan as black. Okay, so don't ignore a kick. You should extend and then extend like that. Okay, so that's kind of an important lesson, to ignore this kind of stone. It's a worthless stone that saving, there's almost no meaning in saving this move since white is already really strong. It's a stone black should sacrifice. Even if white plays here, you shouldn't escape. You should just keep ignoring. And as white, don't try to capture this stone. Of course, as white should also just leave this. It's not a stone worth capturing, so. Okay, so this Atari was a very slow move. This black stone here is much more important than trying to capture this stone. So white should play here. Black should ignore. Black should sacrifice this stone. This black stone is much more important. Okay, that was also almost a pass move, so that's kind of why training your reading is important, because if you're not sure whether this group is already alive or not, there's a big chance you're gonna have to waste a move like this. So If you know this group is already alive, of course you can play somewhere else. Okay. In this case, black should block here when white plays here. Then based on the situation, you can decide whether you want to block from. In this case, you probably should block from this side. Yeah, because white can. In this case, white can actually save the 2 stones, which is probably a problem for black. So in this case, you're probably going to block from this side. But even so, you should block once, then play the Atari, and then take sente. Okay, that was another chance for black to try to save this stone and start a fight. This would have been a good fight for black. Okay, so the last fight in this area was very interesting. So again, my conclusion is to play push from this side and then save this stone. This way, I think black was able to capture all of these in the center. So this would have been good for black, I think. Well, but overall, I think this was a very interesting game, and so the 2 big lessons were kind of deciding worstless, which are your worstless stones, and if you think they're worstless, you should sacrifice. And also doing tsumego is important because in this game, black kind of ended up, and I think wasting almost 2 moves here and here. So that's kind of the reason why training your reading is important. Okay, so that will be the game review for this game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, so bye.